A user DM'd me and said that they couldn't get any audio into their Ableton DAW from their SP-404 MK2. So we went back and forth a little bit. I asked them to send me the settings, what their setup was. Look, there's no judgments here. I'm actually going to keep the user's name anonymous. I didn't get permission to use their name, so I won't, but we're going to talk about the scenario. They said that their current Ableton settings was the input device was set to SP-404 MK2. That's correct. Output device is their headphones. That's perfectly fine. Wherever you want to hear your audio, that's what you set the output device to be. They said the selected tracks are on to record or set to all ins. All right, that's fine. SP-404 MK2 settings. Routing is set to mix. USB line is set to mix out. Doesn't work if line in works either. And the external source button is not enabled. Perfect. Doesn't work if it's enabled either. Okay. I've also tried the AU and VST3 version and both don't work. Is it possible to achieve the method of sending SP audio to Ableton without the VST? So the answer to that question is yes. You do not have to use the VST at all. That VST plugin is actually for MIDI. You still have to use a audio track to get the audio in, and I'm gonna show an example of that as well. We'll get to that. I'm gonna put something into Ableton so we could do it together. So let's cancel out of this. I'm going to create a scenario as if I wanted to get something into Ableton. So first you have to make sure that your settings are correct. So let's go to preferences, and here we can see my audio input device is set to the SP the same way the user's audio device was set to SP, and my output device is going to be my Rodecaster Pro because that's where I'm listening to the audio. So that's perfect. We're going to make sure that the SP is plugged in via USB, which it is. I'm getting audio. So the reason why I think the user wasn't getting audio is this was switched to off. You have to make sure your monitor is on and it's switched to auto. Once it's set to auto, you should be able to hear audio with no problem. So if it's on off, you should still see the meters in gray so that you know that you're actually getting some audio. I don't know if that's what you saw or not, but if you're not hearing anything, you have to make sure that you switch your monitor to auto so that you can actually hear it. So let's put this in to Ableton. Track is armed. That's good enough. And when we go back to our track, there's the audio. Now let's pull up this VST plugin so we can see how this works. The VST is going to record, but it's going to record MIDI information. So here we have the SP app, the VST3 plugin. Says SP-404 MK2 right here. And if you see here, it says all channels. These are the MIDI channels here. So let's just keep it on all channels. Track is set to record. You can see here that this is a MIDI note. So when you use the VST3 app, that's what you're going to get MIDI data. So don't even worry about the VST3 plugin, because you're not trying to get MIDI data. You just want to get your audio into Ableton so you can do what it is that you want to do with it. Before I get out of here, one other thing I wanted to address. I also understand that some people were getting feedback when they were trying to get audio into the DAW. The reason you're getting feedback is because you have your external source on. If you have external source on, you're gonna get feedback. So always make sure that the external source is off and you shouldn't get feedback. That's gonna bring us to the end of this video, guys. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.